Hi, this is Fred again. Today I'm doing a review of a Geevon smart recorder, temperature recorder for indoors and outdoors. Comes with a sensor for the temperature and a display monitor for the various devices. You can put up to 3 of these sensors on this, and I have 2 of them on there. So it's Geevon, G-R-E-V-A-N. It's nothing fancy, just comes in a little small cardboard box, and this is the manual. Two pages. One on each side. Has pretty much all the directions you need. So I have hooked it up and I do have it working. I got it yesterday, and we'll see how it holds up. It comes with, it takes 2 AAA batteries to operate. Each one of them take 2 AAA batteries, the sensor and the display. The batteries do not come with it. It has a backlight. Doesn't stay on very long, but you just press it and it'll. This is the time and the date. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, p.m., November 18th. Excuse that interruption, that happens all the time. I'll talk about that later. And it gives you the outdoor temperature and the indoor temperature. The device number is on the just above the temperature. And in the back, you see these buttons on the top. They're what control everything. How you set the time, how you set the sensor number so it'll sync with the, I'm calling this the sensor. That's the temperature sensor. That's the little light that'll come on when it's syncing with the display device. That you hang this one inside and put this out wherever you want it outdoors. Now I have 2 of these on display, outdoors. One in my garage and one on my front porch. Like to keep what the temperature is in the garage as well as the outdoor temperature on my front porch. And of course you get the inside temperature displayed on the bottom. And so far, well, I guess just got it yesterday, and I did hook it up. Had some problems last night because I didn't press it. When I installed it, I didn't impress the device number, the 5th or the last button going from left to right. The last button is what you press and hold to sync with the sensor device. And it'll determine what the number is that you set inside here. You can set it at number 1, 2, or 3. You can have 3 devices on here. And then once it's synced, it'll display the temperature for that device. The second one, now you see, I do not have a device on number 3. I have a sensor on number 1 and on number 2 setting. Number 1 is in the garage, and that right now is 91 degrees, and the humidity is 63%. The front porch would be the number 3, or this one, 78 degrees, says 45 humidity. Well, it is outdoors. And then the indoor temperature is 79 degrees, 39 humidity. So now I have ascertained that they are the correct temperatures. Now I had been handling it with, by hand, so that'll alter the temperature a little bit, because this device, which is the one that goes on the front porch, obviously is not on the front porch right now because it's in my hand, and that is altering the temperature a little higher than it would be, and a little more ambient to the indoor temperature, which is 78 degrees. In the garage, it's 90 degrees, and the humidity, well, that went away. This one is 79 degrees, very close to the indoor ambient temperature of 80. So it's because I'm handling it. We'll see how long this holds up and how accurate it is over time. It's fairly easy to do. You just put the batteries in. I put some double-sided stickum tape on actually it's on the battery cover, but I did it so that the battery cover will still come off fairly easy. And so I can remove it and slide the battery cover off, like at this sensor. Grab it at the top and bottom, and I can slide the battery cover still off, and still has this double-sided tape. This switch over here is where you set it as number 1, number 2, or number 3. And once you've done that, you can close this up. Then go to hang it where you want it, and go to your sensor, turn it around the back, and you'll see that, anyway, you'll see this light turn red here, just blink red. That means it's trying to sync with. That other noise that you hear and that music, that's one of those trackers, which I'm very unhappy with it now. Press and hold this for at least 3 seconds while it's syncing with the sensor, and when it does that, it'll remember that and search for it and record the temperature. Now, this also records the high temperature and the low temperature over a period of time, which you can display by pressing this button on the back and the up and down buttons. The down button will press that and it'll display the low temperature. Press the up button and now press the high temperature. They're also the same buttons you use to change the settings, to increase or decrease your time or date, whatever it is that you're setting. You use the up and down arrow keys on the back. So, sounds good. I've had these before. I've had mixed results with some of them, losing the track of it. Of course, you have to replace these batteries fairly often, particularly if you're in a cold climate. These AAA batteries do not last very long in cold weather, so I'm giving it a 4 right now. I don't have a real strong complaint about it. It's just that setup is not that simple, and it's yet to be seen. I had trouble getting it to display what the temperatures were last night, so we'll see.